Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're going to do our shaky cam interior walkthrough in a 2020 Ford Expedition. They got like Explorer and Expedition, and it's, anyway. Expedition. So this is the biggest one. This is the giant SUV with 3 rows and lots of other stuff. This in particular is the FX4 package. It's the off-road ready package. This is not the Max, so it does not have the extended rear. You remember maybe 2 years ago, I don't think it was even that long. It might have been 2 years though. I had the Expedition Max. We took it camping and stuff. This is the regular sized version rather than the longer version. Other than that, there's really no difference. Those are just the two options as far as the body goes. The Max adds a lot more cargo space. That's kind of the gist of it. So otherwise, most everything else in here as far as the powertrain and stuff, those are all derived from the F-150 pickup truck. The Expedition rides a cool line between body-on-frame SUV and a crossover. I'll get into that a little more when I do a full review of this. But it's an interesting note. It's as far as the interior goes, what that means is there's more room in here. More room than there normally would be in a body-on-frame. Hey, it's Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today's review is brought to you by the Gary Sinise Foundation. Click the link below and donate. If you remember or have seen recently videos that I did in the F-150 and what else have I done? Explorer in the last year, then you'll recognize a lot of this. It's very similar. So here we go. Starting over here in the usual spots, door locks and memory up there. Down here's your mirrors. That folds them in, that locks the windows, that chooses which mirror you're going to adjust. Right here you have all your windows. These are all automatic going down. Only the front is automatic going up as far as I can tell. May or may not be a setting, but I don't think it is. Door handles, I like this style because you can just grab and squeeze, right? So when you're getting out, you just reach down and squeeze. And this passes through, so if you drop stuff in there, it just falls to the bottom. That's about it. There's a speaker over there for the stereo, and I like the surround. I like the look of it. I wish the lighting could show it a little better, but I have to decide what's going to glare and what won't. This over here folds headrests in the rear. This opens the rear hatch. This right here is the lighting. So you can see I have it on automatic. You have you can force it. You can just do marker lights. You can turn everything off. Over here is fog lamps. Over here is dimmers for the instruments. Down here is the park brake. Pull it to set it, push it to release. This moves those pedals. So this moves the pedals back and forth. Gives you a lot of extra adjustment. I like that a lot. Useful thing to have in a big vehicle like this. Down there is the hood release. Now, looking here. The steering wheel looks really busy, but it's actually not. It's not nearly as busy as you would think it looks to be. Over here, this basically just runs all of the driver information screen. And on this, the driver information screen is huge, gigantic. It's that huge center section right there. Lots of useful info in there. I won't be able to go through all of it, but I'll give you some highlights. Down here is the cruise control stuff. So you turn it on here, you can cancel it right here, set and reset here, right? And then this sets your following distance. All in one spot, all accessible by your thumb, just like that. See, you're driving along, you grab it with your thumb. Really cool. I like how big they are. It's a nice truck thing. Over here is infotainment control. So you can see you have volume here, you have track and or channel skipping right here, and then this changes the mode, so you can select where the input's coming from, going from like say FM to Sirius XM or Bluetooth or something like that. Down here, bunch of more sort of communications controls and infotainment. So this mutes everything. Nice and handy. Boom, done. This is for voice control. Voice control in this Sync 3 system is really good, so you can use this a lot. Nicely done. And this is for the telephone, so you can pick it up and hang it up. You can also pick it up if you don't have a phone connected. You can pick it up and it will ask if you want to connect one. Quick way to get that done. Just kind of an FYI. And that works in almost every vehicle. There are only a couple of exceptions to that. So just a kind of a handy FYI for those of us that are in new vehicles all the time. Now, note, nothing, no dongle. Everything is over there. So you got your signal turns up and down. You twist this for the front windshield wipers. Twist this for the rear, back and forth, dink, dink, for squirt in the front, squirt in the back. That's it. That's all there is on this thing. Oh, and the brights. So I did it wrong. You push to squirt the front, and you pull down to squirt the back. Back and forth is brights. All right. So I won't re-record that. You could just see how dumb I was. All right. Now, looking right here, if I can get it to kind of center a little bit. Over here you have a tachometer. Don't know why you need it in this, but okay, cool. There's a tachometer. Over there is your speed. So you got speedometer up there. You got Canucks miles per hour in the middle. Down here, this is pretty much permanent. Doesn't really change. That's your odometer reading. This is your gear. If you go into manual, it will show an M, and it will go to that M, and then on the side, it will show you what gear you're in. You know, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Over here, this is telling you the auto stop start is off. That's because right now the engine is warming up. It's only been running about 5 minutes. Down here is the direction you're pointing. Now this is the information screens I was talking about. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview here. Lots of useful information if you want to dig, especially in this one. Because this is where you can set your favorites, and then you can quickly just jump to what you want to look at. So if I quickly want to look at fuel economy, then I do that, I hit OK, and blah, that tells me what's going on. Now, trip and fuel, that's where that stuff is found normally. Over here are a few different things. You can change your view of the gauges, so you can change how they look a little bit, and what gauges you're looking at, especially across the top. You can add and subtract. Over here are some towing stuff. Here's your off-road stuff. Just lots of basically just lots of visuals to give you an idea of your pitch and yaw and what the drivetrain is doing. And there. So you'll spend a little bit of time in this, especially at the beginning, because this is where you're going to set your preferences for your driver stuff, like you know, how aggressive it's going to be about reacting, whether or not you want lane keeping, all that stuff as defaults. And then across the top you see those gauges. So these mostly stay here. You won't see these change much. That one's always there. That one's always there. That one, as far as I know, is always there. That one can change, and then you can add things like there's one that shows the turbo, there's one that shows the differential heat, stuff like that. Those mostly just add another row and come across. So pretty cool. I like that setup. Useful if you need it. This is the FX4, so it is the off-road package. So some of that stuff might actually be used. It's a decent off-road vehicle. Over here is your engine stop-start button, so that's how you get going. This is a neat little thing. You just throw some coins in there, right? Little coin holder. Hadn't thought of that. I was like, why would you need that? And then I went through a drive-through. Boom. Now, infotainment. I'll show you the buttons on top first, and then we'll get to it. But this has the Bang & Olufsen stereo. See that? Very, very nice. I believe that's who it is. It looks like that's who it is. I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. I'll clarify if it's not. So up here, here is your hill descent control. Here's your traction control, Duke's lights. Here's your lane keeping, so you can quickly turn it on and off right there. Here is your engine stop start toggle, so you can turn it off with that, right? You push it, turns it off like that. This is camera views, shows you all the cameras, and then you can page through them. So whatever you need to see, there you go. Now, Infotainment, look at that beautiful screen. Isn't that pretty? This is basically the main menu, the default menu, right? So this is what you're looking at most of the time. But you can see there's a few things. If your phone is linked, you can add some mobile apps. You can do a few other things. Most of the time, you're probably just going to be on that main screen. This is for climate control. So if you prefer to use this rather than use the hard controls, you can go in here and you can do that. You can also set the rear and some other stuff for the back of the vehicle. So you see there's defrost right over here. This goes to the rear, and now I'm setting rear climate. See how that works? Pretty cool. But like I said, you can also do it down there. I'll show you that. But nice system. It looks really pretty. You see how good it looks? It's just really pretty. Just a great screen. And then you can change things. You can dim it. You can bring it up. All of that's in there. Very nicely done. So in the settings, you can set all of that stuff. Really cool. So going down here, here's your hard controls for stereo. This is a volume. Obviously, you can push it to also shut everything off. This is the tuner over here. And then here's your presets. And here's some quick things. Mute right there. Settings right there. So if you want to do like that, see? So you can do the balance fader, all that good stuff. And then skipping tracks, play, and you want the screen off, right? You don't want to look at the screen anymore. It just shows you this. It started playing again. I don't know if you heard that. Now you notice when I tapped that another time, it shut all the way off. So those are your basic options. That's what's going on these screens. Really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I wonder how overused that is. Is that overused? I like it a lot. Probably is. And almost nobody will know where it came from either, right? No. Okay. Anyways. Now, going down here, here's the climate controls. I have everything shut off so it doesn't make noise into the speaker, or into the microphone. But quickly I can turn it on. Auto buttons right here. You can set how aggressive the auto is, see? So what that did was, just watch that, it changes the fan limit. It tells you where you want the fan to be, right? So that's kind of neat. And then it allows the vehicle to go up to that speed. So that's kind of how that works. This is to set the rear. So rear climate is on when that's lit, and then you can push the button and you can make your settings up there. Or easy, nice, good. All right. Down here we got here's your defrosts, max and regular, and rear window right there, recirc right there, AC, etc. Steering wheel heat right there, and then bun warmers and coolers, and this tells you the fan speed if you want to manually run the fan. So pretty neat, easy to use, really quick to understand, and easy to shut off. See? Okay, down here, got this beautiful, I love this, it's really pretty, but the bougie cover hides this, which is a wireless charger for your phone and then some USB. So you see there's a C and a regular A. When you drop your phone in there though, my only complaint is it's hard to dig it back out because of the angle and how the phone fits. This is really rubberized, your phone doesn't go anywhere, but because of the angle it's hard to get a hold of it. That's my only complaint though. I got no other complaints about this. Really, really nice. I likes it. Now over here where my coffee is, you got some drink holders, and then you got a nice pretty, see if I can do this, nice pretty bougie cover. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love those. All right, another sip of coffee, and then I'll put it back. Okay, now gear shift. Pretty straightforward. You're basically just rotating through these gears, right? So nothing to know other than if you want manual, you can push it. So if I go into drive and then I want to go to manual shifting, there you go. Now I'm in manual and it will indicate it right there. See that? Now when it shifts gears, it'll show that there. I can shift gears. Obviously I'm in manual, so I'm shifting gears right here. So that's it. Nice little setup. You get used to this really quick, by the way. Now over here, the drive modes. You go through drive modes rotating this. So I'll show you what they look like right there. and you get a general idea of what they are just by their names. I used this week. Got a lot of mud on this, and I used this a lot just for fun, you know, because sport mode. Yeah. And there you go. That's basically the drive modes. And then here's your four-wheel drive controls. So you can see I have it in 2. You can put it in 4 automatic, which works sort of like all-wheel drive. Here you can lock the rear differential. Here you got 4 low. You don't have like a 4 high lock. You just use this, and you don't really need anything more than that. But you can use this to kind of force things a little bit. But this works really well. You don't really need to lock that rear differential unless it looks like you're going to be getting stuck. In the circumstances where you need a locked rear differential, and if you know what those are, I don't need to explain it to you. If you don't know what those are, take it easy in your off-road. That's all I can tell you. All right. So anyway, four-wheel drive is nice in this. It works really well. And then here you can see the parking radars. You can also use this. You can use this quickly to shut them off. Good to know in car washes, stuff like that. FYI. Nice, giant center console. Good, big, and beefy. Easy to put your arm on and rest. Doesn't feel like you're going to break it when you lean on it. And then inside is just cavernous. Now, that's as wide as a regular file. It's just like the one in the F-150. So you can put hanging files in here if you want to do that. Lots of storage. Really, really nice. Cool. Oh, I forgot to show you the top. So you can clip pens in there. Yeah. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. There's some more drink holders. There's also some controls and other things for the climate in the rear on the back side of this. And then just looking at all of this, there's a 12 volt plug right there. There's an option you can get a 120 in here, or 115. And then here's your proper glove box. And then here's your storage glove box, and just a nice dash, very much like the truck, so very much like the F-150. Beautiful dash though. Looks really good because the chrome accents are just setting it all off, and it still looks truck. Yeah, and you want that in an SUV this large. You really want to feel like you're in a capable big vehicle. And then just the prettiness. You see the wood a little bit, and then you see the changes in the seating. This is beautiful seats. Very good for the rig this big. The bolsters could be a little more substantial, but it's not bad. It's just because of this I think it's real leather, but it's probably faux leather. This faux leather, you slide a little bit, and these don't hold you in quite as well as they could. Back seat, nice and big. Third row, decent. You can get kids in there, adults if you really have to. Good cargo area. I'll show you that too. Just overall, nicely done. I like this truck. This has the panoramic sunroof up there, which is very, very nice, especially going through the car wash, makes the kids happy. Lots of little things. There's sensors for the security system and surround view cameras, which is great off-road, by the way, and just lots of goodness in this. It's a great family vehicle that happens to have a good off-road package on it. It's not great off-road. There are better rigs for off-road if you're seriously going to go out and hit it, but that's not who's buying this. This is somebody who wants to go off-road because maybe they're fishing, hunting, camping, that sort of stuff, and they have family duties the other 10 months of the year. Right? So nicely done. I'm very impressed with the Expedition here. So that's what I got. That's it. This has been Aaron, AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.